Hi guys, welcome back. Let's talk about lesson 22 today. This is going to be kind of a quick one actually. First things first, when we are talking about some math terms that we are going to be converting into English, the big one that you're going to want to write these down in your notes section to make sure that you have them, okay? So this is first one. That means equals. This means not equal to, not equal to. So -3 is not equal to 5, right? So -3 is not equal to 5, right? Then these guys here, I could never remember which is less than and which is greater than. So think about it like this. Which of these looks like an L? That guy does, right? This would be a backwards L. That means it is, I guess I don't want to put an arrow, less than. Less than looks like an L, so that's less than. The other one is greater than. Does not look like an L, it's greater than. So make sure that you have those down and you can reference them. And why is that important? Well, we're going to talk about conditional equations. We haven't been solving too many equations yet, but what we are going to do are take equations and given potential solutions to those equations, we're going to figure out if they are. So how does that work? Let's do example number 1. Given the equation x squared equals -5x minus 6. Do the answers x equals -2 or x equals +5? Do either of those guys work? So guys, when you do these conditional equations, this is how I want you to write it out. We're going to take that -2, we are going to plug it in for wherever there is x. Remember, if it is a negative over here, we got to use our parentheses over here, okay? So we're going to rewrite this equation with some parentheses instead of our variable. And then we are going to plug in our -2. And when we plug in our -2, we're going to throw a little question mark above our equal sign. By doing that, we're saying, hey, we're testing this. We're not sure. So -2 to the second power with parentheses is 4. Question mark. -5 and -2 is +10. Bring this down, -6. Does 4 equal 4? Yes, so then it works. So we come back over here. Yes, that is a solution. That is a solution. All right, so I want your paper to look like this, okay? So we're gonna do it again now for +5. So I'm gonna put parentheses wherever there is a variable. Okay, and we come over here and that says 5, so we're gonna plug that in, 5 and 5. Looking at this, we get 25 and we throw in a question mark up here, right? Because we're questioning if that's a solution. -5 times +5 is -25 minus 6. 25, does 25 equal, and remember, add the opposite, -31? No, does not equal. So this would be no, okay? So that's all a conditional equation is asking you to plug in some numbers and see if we get them to equal each other and balance. So for number 2, we have x squared. Often the solutions of an equation are called the roots, and you'll find this especially when we get into quadratics later. So when it's asking, for example, number 2, it says, is -2 or +5 a root of the equation? They're just asking, hey, is that an answer? And if we can get this equation to balance, then yes, it would be. X equals -2, x equals 5. So we're gonna come back over here. Wherever there is a variable, we are going to plug in our parentheses, and we are going to do this. Okay, we're gonna put a question mark here. We're gonna go over here, grab our -2 and put that back in. Excellent. So now we're gonna simplify. So -2 squared, quantity -2 squared is 5, or 5 is 4. Now minus 3 times a -2, and if it helps, again, you know what? Let me back up and say, if it helps, write your subtraction signs in a different color. Okay. 3 times a -2 is a -6. Does that equal 10? We don't subtract, we add the opposite. 4 plus 6 gives us 10. Does 10 equal 10? Yes, this is a solution. Now, you're probably wondering why they're giving us 2 solutions. You're like, hey, well, if that's a solution, then 5 can't be, right? Because we've only been dealing with ones that have one solution. Guys, if you look at a problem and you see as a general guideline, look for the highest exponent. Do you see how this has an exponent of 2? That means in general, there's going to be 2 answers. Now, we're going to get into some more. This is called a quadratic equation. And next semester, we'll get into more of these, and there's more detail behind what I just said, so don't take it at face value. Or I should say, just take it at face value for now, and then we'll dive a little bit deeper into that later. So in the meantime, what we're going to do is, again, we're going to repeat this, but with our parentheses, because this time we have to do it for 5. All of our parentheses, 10. Does that equal? So we're going to plug in 5. All right, we get 25 minus 15, because I did this and then these, right? Equal, does that equal 10? Well, 25 minus 15 is 10. Does 10 equal 10? Yes, it does. So that is also a solution. That is also a solution. All right, so there are 2 practice problems on page 97. Go ahead and stop the video and do those, and come on back and we'll go over them together. So A, x minus 2 equals 0. All right, so it says, does negative 2 or 2 satisfy this equation? So I just wrote it out like this. This is, again, how I want you to do your work. We're going to plug in negative 2 minus 2 equal, does that equal 0? Well, let's go ahead and add the opposite. That gives us negative 4 does not equal 0, so this is no. Now we're going to do 2 minus 2. So 2 minus 2 equals 0. 0 equals 0. Yes, so this is a solution. Yes, that would be a solution. All right, for B, negative 2, I'll start with the equation. X squared plus 7x equals negative 10. X negative 2, is that a solution? Or I'm sorry, it says, is negative 2 or negative 5 a root of the equation? So I went ahead and wrote out the equation, and then I wrote these 2 guys, and we're going to do bubbles, parentheses, right? And we're going to throw a little right there, okay? Little question mark. We're going to take that negative 2, we're going to plug that in right here. All right, so quantity negative 2 squared is 4 plus 7 times negative 2 is negative 14. Does that equal negative 10? Sure enough, 4 plus negative 14, it does equal negative 10. So yes, this is a solution. Now you're going to do the next one. Let's repeat our bubbles. Yep, might as well just fill it in there as I'm going along. All right, so negative 5 squared gives me 25. Plus 7 times negative 5 gives me negative 35. Does that equal negative 10? 25 plus negative 35, which team is larger? Negative by how many? 10. So negative 10 does equal 10. So yes, that will work. All right, guys, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, pretty quick lesson for today. So hope to see you in class. Thank you so much.